And we're live.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sub Sunday, episode 46. We're coming to you live from different locations. You don't know what's going on in the background. There's so much stuff happening. It's so new. It's so fresh. Hello and welcome.
Hello. And ever since the last time I did a Sub Sunday, I've moved. I've actually moved to a new location and got a new place, which is awesome. So it's bigger. Unfortunately, I don't have my own room anymore, and I got to set up a curtain and some stuff back here to block it off. But it is still my own little domain.
So I was thinking about getting a green screen as well because for some reason I feel like a lot of Twitch streamers are using green screens now. Like, is the face cam thing done? Like, people don't do that anymore? Is it
No,
all?
they do the face cam. What they do is they put the green screen behind
Mhm.
it, and then they fade out the green screen so that way you still see the gameplay behind them and you can see the player.
Oh, so
There's
you
no
don't get
background.
any of this. You just get.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look on my stream right now, I have my camera set at like 50% transparency, so that way while I game, you can still see what's behind me,
Yeah,
just in case there's something I'm blocking.
I saw that on your stream this afternoon, and I was like, "Is he a ghost? What's happening?"
That's the going gag right now. I'm a ghost for Halloween.
I have a topic that I think we should all.
Okay.
Okay.
So in Jordy's last video, I think it was where he had Bastard Brook in it.
hmm
No, it was a Modern Warfare 3 commentary. At the end of the video, he had his dog having sex with a cat.
It was humping a cat. Yeah, there was no penetration, so you can't call it sex.
I thought,
Trust me, I analyzed that video numerous times.
and
Uh,
if he would have just uploaded that by himself, Reddit would have attacked that video, and that would have been like 100,000 view video.
I don't even. Oh God, Reddit. Reddit is a great idea, but the issue with Reddit is the users. I have a Reddit account. You know how much I use it? I use it to find game deals or parts that I need. That's it. I don't post on anything. I think I've posted on um, PK subreddit like 4 times.
yeah, same thing. What was it? It was right after the Sub Sunday that I was the first Sub Sunday I was on, and everyone came to my channel, and the comments were all like, "You should go on PKA," and I was like, "No, no," and then someone started like a campaign for me on the subreddit, and everybody was like, "Get this guy on PKA," and all the comments were like, "Who's that guy? Oh my God, he's black. He doesn't sound that way. Wow, it was really really funny. So
Well, you can't
I
get
was just responding to comments on that. That's
See,
why I
that's
made
the
my.
thing. The PKA subreddit doesn't get anybody on there.
the
Those
PK
guys ignore
subreddit
it.
has been destroyed.
Yep.
It
World
used to
War
be
III happened in that subreddit, and now it is destroyed.
it used to be the
People
best
dropped
place
it,
in the world.
it's completely ruined now.
Now majority of it's like, oh my God, we want wings back, or don't put wings back, or the last guest was so boring, and then there's a whole bunch of the Patreon is stupid. Why do we have to pay for this? They're not delivering on their promises, and that's basically
Currently,
it.
it's all the hosts are bad and they're ruining the show. So if you listen to the subreddit, they want to get rid of everybody and just I don't know who they're going to have run PKA. It's
Yeah.
just
The whole Patreon thing. I'm gonna talk about that. What those guys are doing is a bit ridiculous. Okay, I have a Patreon. All right, I have 4 patrons, and two of them $10 a month, and the other two $5 a month. Okay, and I told the guys
Mhm.
who do $10 a month that they can do a video with me once a month. All they got to do is say, "Hey, let's do this video," and we do it. And I've actually called them both up and say, "Hey, you guys want to do this video?" No, yeah, we don't have time right now. I'm like, but it just you guys are supporting me.
Hey, it's their money. If they say no, you can't force. You're doing this video with me. You paid for it. Come on, man. Come
I
on.
know. It's like
yeah.
I love the fact that they're willing to help me, and it's like, and I don't feel like I'm giving enough back to them. It's like all those guys that support me on this Twitch stream, Joe. Teddy actually helped me build this computer I'm using right now. Teddy's the man. I got to put a little thing up there for him. Teddy, the real VIP. Um, because he donated the money I needed to get this computer built. And it's like they've donated so much, and it's like I don't feel like I'm giving them enough. I'm constantly trying to do more and more for the viewers and stuff like that, and it's like I don't feel like I'm getting enough.
I think
Speaking of
Or giving enough.
oh no,
Excuse
go
me.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Speaking of donations, I was always like looking at that and wondering exactly because I watch a lot of popular streamers sometimes, majority Minecraft because I'm trying to steal ideas, and they have like the donation go off like every 5 seconds because like people are just donating and donating and donating and donating, and literally it's the same thing every time. Someone donates, the streamer says, "Thank you so and so for donating. Enjoy the emoticons and stuff that comes with it and stuff like that." And then it just keeps happening and happening and happening and happening. So after they get all these donations,
That's not donation. That's subscriptions. But you're right. Keep going.
no, I've seen it for both.
Okay.
For donations and and subscriptions, of course. And what I don't understand is for donations, after they get like the donations and everything, right? There's nothing like, since there's no donations like that they get 100% of that, right?
Uh, um, PayPal takes its little piece, but for the most part, if somebody donates $5, you get $4 and like 70 cents roughly, or a little bit less than that roughly. So anything under $1 is just a waste of money for both people, honestly, because PayPal. If somebody donates like 50 cents, PayPal's taking the majority of it, and I'm getting 13. If you donate $1, I get 66 cents. Because PayPal takes 2% and then 32 cents. But I'm not going to tell people not to.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to donate, by all means, give me a penny. That's a penny I didn't have before.
I think donations are like a double-edged sword with a big YouTuber, because, like with Kelly, with your donations, you don't like I don't mean to sound rude, but you don't get enough that you're like constantly getting donations throughout your whole stream.
No, I got one today and one last night, and they totaled about $15.
Yeah, and that's like really good. But with a bigger YouTuber, if they stream for 4 hours, probably 3 of that is just them reading the messages that come with the donations, and it completely ruins the stream. Like, I don't want to hear you read messages. I just want to watch you play.
There's a guy I watch every day. I turn him on while I work. Okay, Cohen Carnage. He anywhere from about 1,000 to 3,000 people are in his stream during any given time. Okay, and when he gets a donation, he takes 10 seconds. He goes, "Thank you for the donation," so and so, and keeps playing. Now, there's been some times where he sits there and his character's sitting there on the screen and he's talking to the people in the chat. That's what I like about him. I like the fact that he is willing to stop and talk to the people in the stream more than I mean, I want him to play too. Sometimes I just want to type "shut up and play," but that's not how he does it. He'll tell you that straight up. If you don't like it, there are several other awesome streamers that will give you what you want. But that's when a streamer interacts with their stream and thanks the people and also plays at a decent amount of time, the majority of the stream, that's what I like about those particular Twitch streamers.
There's a
that made any sense. I was trying to go somewhere with that, but I have no clue where I was going.
There's a streamer that I like the way that he does it is your name will pop up on I think it's like the top left of the screen when you donate with the amount that you donated. And then every hour and a half, he'll stop and for 15 minutes read all of the donations, and then keep playing for another hour and a half.
See, that's not a bad way to do it either.
Yeah, because for that 15 minutes, I know he's just going to be reading donations or go do something else.
Yeah. See, I don't get them very much. So today I got one from Kyle, our bud as I call him. And my current donation thing is Scream. It's like a blood-curdling scream. Which, it hits the right tone in my ear that it freaks me out regardless. And I stopped for a minute going, "Thank you for the donation." And that was about it. But see, it also, at the top corner of the screen, you can see the donation streaming and any message they want to send to me. And I just got a follower as we speak on Twitch.
Oh, hey, people are. I think the first ever donation I ever get, on a stream, or if I ever set that up eventually, I'll probably stop for the next 20 minutes and be like, that guy, that person, you are the guy. We're friends now, because you decided, and I'll just go on and on a tangent about how, that guy is the coolest guy in the world.
I saw a Twitch streamer, and he you've heard of the concept of a subtrain where he was doing that, and every time he gets a subscriber, music plays and then her dance. And he was playing Counter Strike, and it got to the point where he was getting so many subscribers in the period of an hour, he wasn't playing the game anymore. He was just dancing.
He was just
He
dancing.
was just dancing for an hour, and I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
But that's great.
You laughed the entire time, didn't you? You couldn't help but watch him, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, how high is this number going to get? He got to like 28, and he's still dancing, and he's still smiling. I'm like, you have to be so tired.
Oh yeah. No,
Well, I would rather be tired from all the subscriptions rather than just tired just because I'm tired. Because you just think like he's dancing, then he goes back to sit down, all of a sudden gets noted. Oh, time to do it again, and it's just over and over and over and over and over.
What do you
I'd be
think
smiling so hard.
about so a streamer? I won't say his name. He did a 24-hour stream, but it ended at around 10 hours because he needed 5 subs every hour and a half for him to continue to stream. And if he didn't hit that,
Oh,
then
don't be that guy.
and like part of me was like screaming money whore, and the other part of me was like, I understand why you're doing it, and I would probably do the same thing, but I was like frustrated at the same time.
the whole money whoring thing. Okay, here's the thing that bothers me about this comment: money whore, money whore, money whore. Okay, this now, it may be in the last year, streaming and YouTube qualifies as an actual job. I don't care what anybody says. People can do it as a hobby. I do it as a hobby. Okay, because I simply don't make enough money off of it to do it as a full-time job. And I probably will never make it enough money off of these to do it as a full-time job. But to, like, well, for reference, I don't know if Old Use Me Blades has a full-time job or not, but he has a big enough sub base to where he makes good money off of what he does. PewDiePie, fucking money whore galore, but smart guy.
Yeah.
He had a stitch. He stuck to it. Huge fan base and made money off it. This is his job. This is his life. And
You can't be called a money whore when you do your job.
Yeah, people calling those people money whores is like calling a person that works at McDonald's a money whore because they're going to work.
I've never agreed with. There was the first time I probably ever called somebody that, because I've seen League of Legends streamers who will get donations, subs, and run commercials every 30 minutes, and I'm like, I don't even blame you. And they'll run like 3 commercials back to back, and I was like, well, get as much money as possible. It just seemed wrong to call a 24-hour stream a 24-hour stream and then not stream 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And that was probably the only thing I had problem with.
Well, see, Jordy, I've actually been streaming a lot with Jordy in a call. Him with his depression and all that shit stuff going on. I'm sitting there going, great, okay, let's see if I can't do what I can't do from this far away for him. Because he's helped me a lot, and did a lot of stuff for me over the last couple of years, and I'm trying to help him the best way I can. Now, other stuff has happened too, and I want to punch him in the face, but we're friends. We've been friends for almost 15 years. I'm pretty sure there's stuff that I've done to him that makes him want to punch me in the face. But that's friendship. So I've been playing Dark Souls, and I've been wanting to play Dark Souls. I bought it for like $6 almost a year ago. I don't know how much I paid for it, honestly. I know it wasn't anything more than $10. Okay, and I tried playing it the first time, and I didn't get very far, and I was like, okay, screw this. And he's like, why don't you play it? Why don't you play it? And I said, all right. I just got him in a call. We started playing, and he's just been walking through with me on it, and it's kept him busy for a little while, and he seems more happier. Plus, we started D&D, and he's happier with that. And to me, it's I get to stream it. He's watching and playing, and hanging out with me. I get to hang out with my friend. I get to, stream a game that I've been intending to play, and it brings in extra viewers. So I can't really complain. It's a win-win situation altogether.
All the profit.
That's the thing. The only thing I earn off of Twitch is donations.
Do you see that you get more donations when you're playing with Jordy?
No, I mean I've like I said, the donations happen when they happen, and I don't if they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. So,
Anybody here getting Advanced Warfare? Or like, right?
when it goes on
See,
sale, maybe.
see, the thing is that I get Advanced Warfare. You could say I get it for free, but it's not free. It's usually gifted to me because every year Call of Duty comes out on my birthday.
Oh,
Um, every single year, it's either the third, the fourth, or the fifth. My birthday's on the fourth, so basically like around that time, like a GameStop or someone who's near me, like someone who works there, would just be like, "Here you go," and they'd give it to me.
I got Call
I
of
think
Duties
that's
plenty.
pretty cool because
I've never been more hyped for a Call of Duty ever, and I'm super excited for it.
I got Call of Duties aplenty.
What is the last? What is the one all the way to the left?
Oh, World of War.
um, oh, World at War,
I've been
I
playing a
love
lot
that
of Black
game
Ops
so
2.
much.
And then I have I don't know. I got another copy that eventually I was gonna give away to somebody
I've been
of Black
playing.
Ops 2.
I've been
Hmm?
playing PC games for probably like the past year since I didn't really like Ghost, and I was like, I wanted to get back to using the controller, but I hated Ghost. Then you can use your PlayStation 4 controller on the PS3, so I was like, or do that and just play Black Ops 2.
What?
You could take your PS4 controller and plug it into the PS3, and it would work.
Really?
Yeah,
Backwards compatible.
but PS3 can't go to PS4, obviously, but it can go back.
It can go backward and compatible. It's backwards compatible, but not, yeah, always backwards, never or always forwards, never backwards. Which is yeah, never mind. Disregard what I said.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I'm like, did that make sense?
No, it didn't make sense even after I said it. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay,
What was that about?
so this weekend I bought an Xbox. I bought an Xbox One. And the reason why I bought an Xbox One is because majority of my friends play it, and I kind of like that. And I can't get my friends to buy PCs, so I was like, might as well join them. So then I go to the GameStop and I pick up one of the like display boxes for an Xbox One. I put it on the counter. It's a pre-owned one, so I asked the guy, I say, "Hey man, can I get this?" And he's like, oh, "Okay, I'll get it for you." He goes in the back, comes out with the Xbox. He's like, "Well, it doesn't have the Kinect." And I said, "Well, I would rather buy it with the Kinect, so I'll just get a full-fledged retail one." I was like, "I'm not sparing no expenses. I'm gonna go straight for it." So then he goes in the back. He's like, "Oh, sorry, sir, we don't have any retail Xbox Ones." And I'm like, "Really? GameStop, you guys? So why do you have the cases out there? Why don't you let anybody know?" He's like, "Oh, we're supposed to put those out there." I'm like, "Okay, so is there anyone else who has that? Like, can you call another GameStop? There's like 3 in my town." And he's like, "Oh no, none of them have it." And I'm like, "Oh, fine, whatever. Okay, I'll just take the one without the Kinect." So he rings me up and he's like, "All right, you can get a free game with this." I'm like, "A free Xbox One game?" He's like, "No. Since it's pre-owned, you get a free Xbox 360 game, but it can only
What?
be it can only be a $10 game." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I go over to the pre-owned section. I pick out BioShock Infinite. I'm like, "Okay, I love this game so much. Might as well get it." And then so I bring it over to him. He looks at it and he's like, "Oh no, this game is too new. You can't get this game." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, I was like, "I got it over there." And he's no, you can't get this. This game's too new.
It's like 3 years
Then-
old.
yeah, I
Okay,
know.
so wait a minute. Did you look at him and say he's full of shit and walk away?
No. I really wanted to get this Xbox. So then I
I'm gonna
walk
walk
over
by.
to the games. I switch this BioShock Infinite for a BioShock Infinite that has the pre-owned sticker on it, and then I bring it over to him, and he looks at it and he's like, Isn't this the same one?" I'm like, "No, it's not the same one. This one is pre-owned. That one was full, like that one was like the retail version. I don't even know why you guys are still selling that." So then he rings it up. It comes up as $60, and I'm like, "You better change that. This game is so old." And then so he goes. He actually fixes it up, and then I pay for my Xbox and I leave. I get home. I open up my Xbox, the case, and inside the case there was a Kinect.
The
He
thing,
lied to me. Yeah.
the thing I hate about the Xbox One is they went from probably I think that 360 had the best interface ever. The final version, like what the 360 has now, is the best home screen of any console. And they went to the. You don't think so, Kevin?
No. Like 3 or 4 interfaces ago was the best one. The one where you could actually customize the background and actually make it look good was the best one. This current one is garbage.
Well, the Xbox One,
Oh my
they they cluttered that. There's so many menus and sub-menus and menus inside of menus inside of menus, and I'm like, who made this? Did they try to make this hard?
It's called Windows 8.
And so I was trying to set up my Xbox so I can record, and so I recorded like an entire match with me and my friends playing Destiny, and there was no audio from them, and I'm like, all right, what's wrong? So I tried to go into the settings to change
And
it, and there were no settings, nothing. So I searched it up online. So if I didn't buy the Kinect, I wouldn't be able to access the audio settings to play it through both my TV and my headset, I believe. And so that then my capture card wouldn't be able to get it. So there's like, it's stupid.
Oh, you can't do that on the PlayStation 4. I just learned that the other day. Is you if you're wearing a headset that plugs directly into the controller, then the sound won't go through your capture card, and there's no way to make it play through both.
that is the most asinine, retarded thing I've ever heard.
So you need a USB headset.
And this is why I'm not going to next gen consoles.
Both of the next gen consoles, their interfaces and home screens are awful. Like the PS4 is definitely better than Xbox One's, but it's not very good.
I hear you.
And the Wii's suck.
So how about that Ebola?
Oh my God, everyone in my town is so stupid.
I think I have it.
Oh my
Go ahead. I want to hear this. Why?
Because like there was I was out I was at a Stop and Shop, and I'm shopping. I'm trying to get food, right? And then there's this guy who's sick. He's obviously sick. Like he looks like he's sick. And then he's right in the middle of like a group of people and stuff, and he sneezes, right? And he sneezes, and he makes a joke. He says, "Oh yeah, sorry guys, just got back from Africa." Right? That's what he's just a joke. Everybody just scatters, just runs, like, "Oh my God!" And everyone's just running. And he's like, I was joking," and then like the police got called. He got arrested. I mean, like it's like, oh my God, why? Stop. And now every single time someone sneezes or someone coughs, everyone's like, Ebola. Ugh.
What does it count at? Like 2 people in America have it, since that one girl is now cured.
I
I think that's what it is.
And one of them's in New York, which is cool. Well, it's not cool.
Everybody. Oh no, it's not cool for me either. I'm like 30 minutes away from New York.
You know, they
I
spread
don't
it
know.
like wildfire in New York.
Oh yeah, everyone's kissing and touching and sneezing and other things.
Yeah. The national greeting in New York is a spit on the hand and then you shake each other's hands.
the old spit shake.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Was that actually? Please don't tell me that was actually a thing.
Did you and Jordy ever spit shake, Kelly?
Did you guys
No.
blood pact? Are you guys blood brothers?
Did you? Oh,
No,
that'd
no,
be
no,
more
no,
hardcore.
Okay. See, this is where it comes from. Like children of the '80s and early '90s. This is where you guys are too young to understand the spit handshake. It's like one of those pacts. It's like a pinky promise. It's like swearing that you'll do something and stick to it. You know.
I swear to God, I think swearing that you do something is good enough. I'm not touching your spit.
No. See, swearing doesn't mean anything. Those are just hollow words. No.
Behind it.
There's nothing behind it. But whenever you go and your friend does it and you shake hands, man, that's like a binding contract for your soul if you don't fulfill it. Nothing from either one of you guys. You guys are killing me, man.
It's just so disgusting. I'm cringing over here. I wish my webcam worked. I'm about to throw up.
Well, like
I don't
the only
even
thing
know
is, I could see that
guys,
working back
man.
then, but just now it just
Now everybody's like so freaking
just
germophobic. It's not even funny.
There's germophobic, and then there's just being disgusting. Like,
Germophobic and being disgusting are the opposite sides.
yes. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say.
I think I know what you're trying to say. It's saying like there's a germophobic as in like you don't want anything to touch you. Then there's this that's disgusting. I'm not doing that.
Have you seen? There's a video that he sounded like he was in 6th grade about the 5-second rule, and
What about the 5-second rule?
like if you drop something on the floor, like the 5-second rule to eat it, and most people will follow that. But if I took a dump in a bag and then dropped a Skittle in that bag, 2 seconds later took it out and gave it to you to eat it, would you eat it? 5 seconds rule.
Okay, 5-second rule only applies with the
Yeah.
person who is going to eat it. If I drop something and scoop it up before the 5-second rule happens, then it's edible. But if I drop it in 5 seconds and hand it to you, it's not because you're not the one who dropped the
Okay, well, we could
question or the item in question.
drop your Skittle into my bag of poop. Are you gonna eat it?
Okay, see that whenever you introduce fecal matter and or urine, that's when the 5-second rule no longer applies at all.
Exactly. Okay.
See, there are certain items that negate the 5-second
Justify the
rule.
5 second.
But if you straight up got an Oreo and you drop it on the kitchen floor and you scoop it up before the 5 seconds is up, man, that thing is good as good. Yeah, that's as good as eating.
Yeah.
5 seconds in the
There's
morning.
sometimes where
Gotta-
If it around, it could be there for a day.
What you got to do is once it hits the ground, you go pick it up and go. All right, it's good.
have you guys ever had a drink that you left somewhere like overnight and then you came back the next day like you know what? Don't even care.
Bruh, look at me. I'm a
I don't. I
What
do
do you
it
think?
all the time. I've never once poured out a drink because I left it overnight.
Yeah, dude. I just toss that crap back in the fridge for about 20 minutes and then I drink it.
No, I just down it. I'm just downing it. Like,
Right
I
there.
don't care. It's early in the morning. I just need something to drink.
Need the lubricant so you can breathe.
Do you guys know who Fwiz is?
Yeah.
No clue.
Basically,
Yeah,
I think he used to be in Optic, I believe.
Yeah. He's
He
still
may have been. Oh, he's still in Optic, and he basically became one of the MLG type head up people. Well, he just left that position, and he's now the head of gaming at YouTube.
Oh yeah.
He was working at Machinima before and just doing MOG shows on, I guess, the side, and then jumped the Machinima boat and went straight to YouTube.
So, I mean, like, what do you guys think that we have, like, someone who, has been in the community, who used to be a commentator, and now he's the head of gaming at YouTube?
I don't know what his.
You think maybe we'll have some
I don't know what he
some
does.
leeway? Let me try to find.
I can't even imagine what he could do. And I don't think he could. I don't think he can do anything. What could he do to directly influence gaming? Other than a better streaming service for YouTube, I don't see anything that he could do to influence gaming on YouTube.
And this is why I need a fucking office and nobody listens to me. I'm trying to do something here and I got people yelling in the background. Okay. It's just whatever. Shh. Anyways, keep going, guys.
Do you know what
Because-
his job description is?
No, I'm just reading his tweet. It says, "To the community, it comes as a bittersweet announcement, but my time with MLG has come to an end, as I was given an incredible opportunity to be the global head of gaming partnerships at Google,
Okay.
where I will be the head of gaming for YouTube. 7 years ago, I started commentating Call of Duty from my bedroom, and to this day, it's been an absolute pleasure to see this community grow into what it is today. It began a long time ago as a volunteer, referee, and head of online tournaments on Game Battles. As time passed, I moved on to Machinima, where I spent 4 years building out the live and esports programs when I eventually came back to MLG as the VP of programming. It is very fitting that my last MLG event will be here in Columbus, Ohio. The first MLG LAN I ever attended was 6 years ago in Columbus, Ohio, my home state. I'm excited to start my new adventure at Google and future bring out that can love Fwiz. So that's his that's kind of his like whole sum up of what he's going to be doing. That is just crazy. The thing is that what I don't understand is like I understand that he kind of like worked his way up, but it feels like he was just kind of like, all right, I'm here, now I'm here, now I'm here, now I'm head of gaming at YouTube. and it's just kind of like he just kind of rose up. Like
And
I've never actually heard of him like on YouTube, as in like I had a channel or remembered him like that. I just remember him being a big guy in the
in
community.
Modern Warfare 2, he was one of the bigger guys, and then at Black Ops 1 is when he got his job at Machinima and sort of stopped doing the YouTube thing. Well, not completely stopped, but he stopped doing it as much. Another person who did something who had like a crazy story like that was Ernest Lee. He works at Twitch now, but Ernest Lee became known because he was #1 on the leaderboards for Black Ops 1 and got the first 10th prestige. First 15th
Really?
prestige. And then he got a job at Twitch. Somehow he turned being #1 in the world at Call of Duty to Twitch. And
Damn, I want that job. I
How does that
honestly
happen?
want to know how many dicks
Oh my gosh.
have to suck to get this job. That's what I want to know. I mean, how many hours of the day did they spend on their knees? Oh my
I
god!
wonder what the
I need
Twitch
I need-
offices look like.
they're
I
really
need
cool. The Twitch offices are really cool.
Right over your head. I quit.
Wait, what'd you say?
Nothing.
Wait, we were mid conversation, so I didn't even hear what you said.
I said it when it was dead silent, by the way.
Oh really? I must
Yep.
have. I wasn't paying attention.
I laughed. It just didn't come through the mic.
Okay, I'm glad you laughed.
Now I'm gonna be forever in the dark.
Yep, you should be.
I have to watch this back later on. Like, what do you say? Oh, that's what he said.
Oh man, has anybody ever heard of a comedian called Christopher Titus?
No.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Okay. Okay, you should, Jordan, you should definitely check out his stand-up. It is epic. You will laugh your butt off. I promise.
Speaking of comedians, it seems like on the internet, it seems like people really like Bill Burr,
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K., Carlin. But the comedian I like the most seems like no one ever talks about him or likes him. And Kevin Hart. I really like Kevin Hart. I understand they do completely different types of humor, but I think Kevin Hart is really funny.
Wow, that was dead air for a second there.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
like,
you still there, bro? I think he froze.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. Anyways, Kevin Hart, I just can't get into Kevin Hart. I tried. He's just not funny to me.
I think his movies aren't. I like his stand-up more than his movie. He has like 10 movies coming out next year.
It's
this
like,
is a ridiculous amount of movies.
Cat Williams. I like Cat Williams' stand-up.
Until he went crazy. He lost his mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did a whole stand-up, and it was. I'm like watching it. I'm like, he has to be joking, and then I was like, no, he just lost his mind. He's just insane.
I wouldn't doubt it. I like the part where he's talking about his kid.
With the Nintendo 64.
No.
Uh,
No, with the Ritalin.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah. What are you doing? Thinking? What are you thinking about? Running? Yep, I've been there. I've been in that situation.
Mm.
Oh man.
Have you? I guess you don't. You haven't been watching MLG this weekend.
No, I don't watch MLG.
Why?
Well, it's been a good tournament, and for anybody who cares, currently Envy is one map up against Noble.
Okay.
What the hell is Envy? What is the other team? The green guys.
Optic.
Yeah, there we go.
They went out the 4th round.
Really? They're out?
Yeah.
Haha.
Oh, you hear something? This has been happening since the beginning that the game has come out. The bomb glitch, where you go to plant or defuse the bomb in search and destroy, and you just can't do it.
Doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This happens at least once a series. Like literally, once a map series, they have to restart a map because of the bomb glitch. They go to pick it up or go to plant it, and it doesn't work.
That's crazy.
And it's just like this happens so much, and Infinity Ward can't patch it, but they can put new camos in.
So I watched a video just a little bit ago of
video?
T-Mart going to the Sledgehammer Studios.
Yeah.
and it's just so funny how like awkward everything was and like how they're moving around, and basically like he's just there with a camera, just following them around, and like they're showing him the office and everything. And the top comment on that video is, "I wonder how much dick that he had to suck to get here," because he just like everything that they're saying, he just like yes, 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 nothing's wrong. Have you ever heard him say anything wrong with Call of Duty at all, ever?
Yeah. He hasn't said anything. He doesn't go in rants about it, but he mentioned that he didn't like Ghost and that Ghost wasn't the best. Probably because he has 2 years to fix that relationship with Infinity Ward before he has to deal with it again.
Yeah, that's true.
T-Mart?
T-Mart's a guy in the tips and tricks community. He made it big because of his like Call of Duty tips, and like he basically just blew up. And like he's kind of one of those guys that you just automatically go to for tips and tricks. And basically he's been like post Infinity Ward because he like helped them write their manual and everything like that. And like he's credited in it, and he goes to their offices all the time. And basically have a relationship. And people are kind of saying that like they pay him to make stuff out the game because except for Ghost, like Jordan said. He didn't really like that as much, but he didn't really like dwell on it. He just kind of made a simple comment. But basically, he's been with the whole like Call of Duty companies, and he's been really, really in there because that's what he does.
I'm kind of tired of talking about video games. I'm going to be completely honest. Let's find something else to talk about.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to be completely and utterly blunt about it. I'm sick of thinking about talking about video games.
Well, what has happened?
Oh, also, Kelly, question. Please tell me you're caught up with Doctor Who, because I really want to talk about it.
Of course I am.
Like, to the tree episode?
Oh, yeah, I just watched it already last night.
I just watched it, like...
Real quick, after you finish talking about
Yes.
Doctor Who, me and Kelly are talking about Avatar.
Oh, I just caught up today. Oh, yeah.
I'm almost... Wait, how many episodes have there been so far?
4.
4.
Okay, so I'm... I think I'm on this. I think I'm missing the last 2, so I need to go back and watch those. But so
Dude, I just go straight to the website and watch it on the website.
So how long do you think Clara
Hold on,
has?
spoiler alerts, everybody! Spoiler
Oh,
alerts.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. How long do you think Clara has until she's out?
Christmas special. They've already announced that after the Christmas special, she's gone, and she's just leaving because it's just. It's her time. I mean, the thing about the companions are the companions come and go. The only thing that stays, well, sort of the same as the Doctor.
Yeah, is the Doctor. Also, do you watch the PKAs by any chance?
No.
Well, in the recent one, they were talking about Doctor Who, and Woody was talking about how his favorite Doctor is Matt Smith, and he got everybody's name wrong. He called the Cybermen, the Cyberbots, the Daleks, the Dialects, like dialing a phone. And it's just like, how do you get these wrong? Come on.
You should hear him talk about Game of Thrones. It's even worse. I'm like, I know he watches the show, but I'm like, do you pay attention?
I don't even mess with the show anymore. I'm waiting on the last 2 books, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to about somebody said like it's so complicated reading those books, and I'm like, well, maybe if you learned how to read, it wouldn't be so complicated. Come on, okay.
It's not that complicated. They follow a different character each chapter.
Yes, and that's what makes them beautiful. You are on the head of a different character each chapter.
Maybe they don't make the how it's switching from first person.
And there's something that the show does not capture that the books capture. Is I have gone from hating a character to the most point where I could not stand reading the chapters. That's how much I hated this character. To the end of the last book where I was sitting there on the edge of my bed going, please, let it work out for him.
If you're going to spoil something about the books that's not in the episodes, can you tell me first?
I am not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just telling you, like, I was reading this part at the end of the last book, and my thought was, please let this work out for him. I just want to see this particular event happen. That's it. And it did. I was happy about it. I'm like, but they're still in a shitstorm. But I'm like, oh my god, it happened. Ah. But I went from despising this character to like um rooting for him. Yeah,
I need
that
to
too.
I need to start reading the books because I've skimmed over them, but I haven't actually just like sat down and like read them.
Yeah, they're big, and they're at certain points they're a tough read, but after that they're
There's
fantastic. I mean,
things that can happen in the books that I don't understand how they can't happen in the TV show anymore. John Rob Stark, Rob Stark's wife,
uh-huh.
not dead.
Oh, Lady Stoneheart, she's dead. Oh no 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 no! I'm sorry, the wrong. Yeah, no no no. I thought you meant Ned. Yeah, no, she didn't go with him. They
Yes,
ruined a lot of stuff.
there's an heir to the throne for the King of the North, and Bronn's dumb self can't take it.
No, Rykon is the only king heir to the throne.
Jon Snow wouldn't John I mean not Jon Snow. Rob Stark's son be number one and not his brother.
Here comes the spoiler alert. Never happens. In the book, she doesn't get pregnant. As a matter of fact, what the hell is his name? The Lannister father.
Yeah.
He's actually writing with her mother, the girl's mother, about keeping her on Moon Tea so she doesn't get pregnant. They plan that whole thing and to get rid of John, not John, Rob. And since what the hell is his name? Not Brandon.
Bran?
Bran. Since Bran's a cripple and he's going north, the only one left to take the throne is Rykon. Because John can't take it because
Game of Thrones.
John can't take it because he's a bastard.
Have you heard the
So
have you heard the theory that he's actually Daenerys' brother?
Yeah,
I've heard. No, he's not Daenerys' brother. He's Ned's sister's kid.
No, the one I mean he's Daenerys' brother. Is Rob went to
Okay.
Rob went
Daenerys,
to overthrow the
Daenerys
king. Rob went to overthrow the king. He came back with a baby, and
Yeah,
they never talk
that's
about his mother. And
that's because the theory is that John is Ned's sister's kid. His sister that what's his face was supposed to marry was in love with the king in the first season was in love with Ned's sister. Okay, Ned's sister was married to the current God, I can't remember family names and stuff like that. Married to the current king to be. Okay, after the father was killed, died and stuff like that. She gave birth, or she was pregnant with a baby at the time of the overthrow. So Ned leaves and comes back with a baby and does not talk about the lineage or who he belongs to at all. So the theory is that John is the next heir to the throne.
from Baratheon or the Mad King or the Targaryens?
The Targaryens. There we go. The Targaryens, not Baratheon.
All right, so I kind of want
Now Baratheon, the only like they didn't kill Robert Baratheon's bastards. Okay, that they added that in. A lot of them disappeared. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, I gotta go back. I haven't read them in like a year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah.
No, they did hunt down some of them. They did kill them. That's right. But what's his face got away?
The Smith?
Yeah, the blacksmith.
Yeah.
He somebody sent word ahead to the blacksmith to send his aide away because they were trying to protect all of Robert's kids.
Yeah, it happened.
Bastards. But anyways,
He's been on a boat for like a season and a half. He's just been rowing down a river for like a season and a half.
Who?
The blacksmith. On the show, they show him going down a river on a rowboat, and a
Yeah,
season and a half later, we haven't seen him. He's still on that
he
boat.
is not that important.
I
As
know.
everybody wants to blow it up, he is not that important. He has his little issue, his little gallivanting with Araya.
Yeah.
I'm butchering their names. Like I said, it's been like two
Arya.
years for Arya. And then he joins Lord Baltic's Knights, the Brotherhood, and that's the last time. The last time that I remember reading about him was with when Arya was with the Hound, and they robbed the Hound of his death. Have you seen this episode where the Hound dies?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens?
Uh, uh, he gets beat up pretty bad from Brienne, and then Arya steals his money and then leaves him there to die.
Does she say anything to him, or she just walk away?
She says something, but I don't remember. What is she supposed to say? If you say
Okay,
it, I
so
probably remember.
in the book, he saves her, and they get away, and he falls off the horse, and he's laying on the ground, and he looks at her. She's looking at him, looking at the horse, and looking at him, and looking behind, and looking at the sword, and he looks at her and says, "Well, what are you waiting for? Finish me off." And she looks at him and turns around and walks away. That's all she does. She doesn't take anything from him. She just turns around and walks away. And lets him to die, and he's like, should have just killed me. Now, he has a sad, miserable end. And he becomes likable. That's the scary part.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Like
George
him.
R. R. Martin does. He makes a character likable, and then he kills them.
Kills him. Yeah.
Except for Joffrey, he was the whole time. I'm like, kill this man, kill Joffrey.
Yeah, it was so much. It was so satisfying in the book. You have no clue how satisfying it was.
Okay. Do you guys mind? Do you guys mind switching over to the Avatar talk? Because I really want to know what's going on there.
Oh, okay, hold
Okay.
on. We completely didn't even talk about Doctor Who. Anyways, you were talking about Doctor Who. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I was just kind of trying to figure out exactly like what's happening with him and how his relationship and like who would be next. That's what and I'm still trying to. Who is Missy? Who is she? Who is she? That's like my every episode. It's like how is she seeing all this happening? Who is she? Where is she? Why are people going there?
That's actually a good question. And there was talk about the Master reappearing during this season 8. So I think she might be the Master or one of the Master's assistants. I don't know. I don't know how they're playing this out yet. I'm not doing any research because I don't want to spoil it for me. But I'm thinking she is related to the Master in some way.
See, there's a time where I thought that she was River, because at one point she asks, like she tells one of the people who came there, "Oh, yeah, my boyfriend, he's kind of really weird like that." And then
Yeah,
that's just
I heard that too.
and I was like, I don't know. The only person I would say that would be that close would either be Queen Elizabeth, which that didn't really go well, and
Off with his head!
it took me so long to figure out like why does she hate him so much, and I was like, oh, he said he was gonna come back and he never did.
Yep.
Oh, that's messed up. He did that to how many? He did that to for her, Elizabeth, only those two.
And so many more we don't know, trust me.
Can someone explain to me? All right, so I know nothing about
He
Doctor
probably
Who.
is.
No, I just have a question about Doctor Who. Isn't this the last Doctor?
No.
Isn't there only supposed to be a
No.
can he only reincarnate
Definitely
himself?
not.
Not even remotely close.
It was
the last
supposed to
Doctor.
be, I think 13,
Okay, so each
13 or
Doctor-
12 or one of those two, but
Each Doctor, each Time Lord has 13 regenerations. His initial form, and then 12 more after that. Okay, with Smith, he was Doctor 11, but what they didn't add in until that episode was that the War Doctor counted as one, even though he didn't talk about the War Doctor. And whenever you refer to him, you still call Matt Smith number 11 instead of 12. and the War Doctor is the War Doctor because Eggleston is 9, even though he's 10. Okay, so
Yeah.
with the War Doctor happening, and then 10 has a partial regeneration, which uses the regeneration power, and he pushed it off onto a part of himself, which then became a clone with one heart, and that went off with Rose, yada yada, happy ending crap, whatever. It made Matt Smith the final Doctor in that line of regeneration. And in the 50th anniversary, not the 50th anniversary, the
Spoiler alert.
yeah, the Night of the Doctor, or no, Time of the Doctor. Okay,
Yes.
when the Daleks were trying to prevent him from speaking his name, and that would give Gallifrey a way back into our universe. He was dying. He aged. I mean, he aged. He's now over 2,000 years old. No, but he doesn't even know how old he is anymore because of a lot of time passed. And he doesn't ever really say his real age. He doesn't know. He probably hasn't known for a very long time how old he is. What is it? He aged to the point where he was about to die, and then he faced off with the Daleks. Well, Clara pleads with the Time Lords to help him because, he saved them. And took down the High Council, too, which was good because Rassilon was a raging asshole. And they gave him a regeneration or another 12 regenerations. We don't know how many he has in store. He doesn't know either because it's unheard of. It's never happened to any Time Lord before to go beyond their initial regenerations. Like the Master was resurrected, okay? But see, the Master was destroyed before he could wait, actually I think he burned through all his lives. Next to just being resurrected, and the only reason he was resurrected was because of the Time War. They don't usually live past their 13 lives. Rassilon is a whole other story. Rassilon is the beginning of the Time Lord race. Rassilon is the reason that Time Lords are the way they are. A lot of experimenting.
Oh, is that the head guy?
The guy with the gauntlet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you'll see him in the what is that episode? The last episodes for David Tennant. You'll see him there.
Oh yeah, when he pointed the gun at him.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
The Master was the blonde guy. Okay, so Rassilon is immortal, more or less, and he died. He actually gave up his physical form and became ethereal because he just wanted to, and they brought him back to physical form for the Time War. So that's why Rassilon's back, or was back.
I have a prediction.
Okay.
I think the Doctor will have as many regenerations as he needs for the show to continue. I think he has an infinite amount, and they will, as soon as the show is going to end, they will cap it off at that.
They probably will. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. But the thing about Doctor Who is it won't. We've got at least another 6 Doctors before it starts dying down.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much that wasn't touched upon. And also, I like how the fact that in a couple episodes ago, Clara visits the Doctor when he's younger and tells him like, whenever you're scared, come back here. And then like it goes, and I was like, oh, that's why
you keep roboting.
The first time. Oh my gosh.
You keep
terrible
roboting.
internet connection, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's one of those things that we forget is how exactly tangled up in his timeline she is. But now they're talking about Clara not being real ever, and it's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You guys need to stop this crap and just stop messing with probably one of the most amazing companions he's had for the new Doctors.
Yes.
Okay, now Legend of Korra.
I am so glad Toph is back. I love Toph.
Toph was awesome.
This is my one request from the show. This is all. I don't care. I could care less about who Sue and Lynn's father are. I don't care that much. I just want Zuko Katara and Toph to fight again. The season finale, them fighting with the Avatar to take down Kuvira would be so awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but it
They're
isn't going
so
to happen
old.
because it's not their story anymore. It's like Uncle. Uncle's still around, just in the spirit realm.
I don't care if they're not their story. They just need to have one moment. They just need one moment.
What makes me laugh is Toph would destroy Kuvira.
So quick.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Kuvira thinks she's all badass, but when it comes to it, when you face the person who created the skill that you are using, you're done.
And those
Yeah.
tanks, I'm pretty sure Toph can platinum bend because they said that her daughters never got the hang of metal bending. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Toph would just crush all of those tanks with one. Like it wouldn't even be difficult for her.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
Avatar. No.
I wanted her in the last episode. Spoiler: when Jinora said no, when Iki said that when Iki said Kuvira's taken over the Earth Kingdom, I wanted her to say she's taken over. She's going to attack Zaofu, and Toph was like, "That's my city. I'm going to mess this." Oh, that would have been so awesome if Toph went with them.
She doesn't care anymore.
She really doesn't.
That's the one thing about her. She's tough. She's lived long enough. She's been around. She helped liberate the world from the Fire Nation, and now she's like, I'm done. I'm gonna hide in a swamp where nobody can bother me, but I can still see everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
that
she-
is the beautiful
Even though
thing
she
about
can't
her.
see, she can still see everybody.
She can see everything. No, she doesn't need her eyes to see. She sees in a different way. Like she is connected to the earth through her feet, and she sees.
I've always thought, did she pass that on? Can her daughters do that?
yeah, they can.
Yeah, to an extent, not as good as her because she's blind.
In the first season, Lin or Sue, which one's the chief of
Lin.
police?
So, I think it's
Lin does it twice.
Oh yeah, she does it a couple times.
Yeah, but it's not like Toph where she just sees everything. She like slammed her feet on the ground just to get the sense.
Yeah, she's a little
Oh.
shocked. She had to create a shockwave to see.
That Truth Seer is the closest thing I think he can see pretty much a lot. He's the closest one.
Yep.
How is he the only one who knows that skill? How is that possible?
It's
the only
like
one.
I guess it's something like lava bending. You know,
Bolin.
it's a certain skill that only certain people have.
Korra, I assume Korra and Roku lava bended.
Say that again.
I assume Korra can lava bend, has the ability to lava bend, because both Roku and Kyoshi could do it. So I think if Bolin taught Korra, she could pick it up.
I don't
Did
know.
she ever-
Well, here's the thing though. Korra is not connected to her past lives anymore.
Yeah, I'm saying she would have to start over.
She
And
would
I'm
have to
thinking,
learn it
like,
all.
Her being a fire and earthbender would help her with the lava.
I
Yeah.
just wish that she was still connected because I want to
think-
hear what Aang would say
I
about
think
all
she's
these.
gonna get it back. I think she's getting them back this season.
I think. Well, this is going to be the last season. You know that, right?
Yeah. I think this is like she'll reconnect with all of her past lives. And
Yeah, that was my thought. I think what's going to happen is she'll end up just something will happen and it'll just reconnect in some way. There's going to be a link somewhere.
yeah. All right. So this is if I want her to reconnect with the past lives, and I know it's not like you said, it's not their story anymore. But I want you know how Aang would transform into Roku and Kyoshi.
Yeah.
I need Korra to transform into Aang, Katara, Toph, and Zuko back at it again. All we need is Sokka somewhere, and we'd be good to go.
Do we
Yeah,
know
it
if
didn't-
Sokka's still alive?
He's dead.
No, I think she's dead because
Katara
Katara said she said yeah, my brother has been long gone. Like
yeah, the very first episode, she said Sokka's dead. Not quite
Aw.
like that, but he's definitely dead. Suki might be alive. I'm pretty sure
Suki?
Sokka's one of the fathers of Toph's children.
That would be funny.
Did you see the theory that Korra is Sokka's grandchild?
how?
Tanrock and what was his name? Unalaq?
Hold on a minute.
Grimlock was chief of the North. Sokka was chief, and so it would just make sense that Sokka's kids would become chief.
You're
So
right about
Grimlock
that.
became chief, and Korra is.
No, because they're both from the north.
Yeah, but it doesn't. There's two chiefs now, but when Sokka reunited both of the kingdoms.
because Sokka's father was the chief of the south.
Yeah,
He
but
was the chief
I'm
of the
thinking.
southern one, and then there was royalty in the north.
Yeah.
I was thinking after the war. Like the theory is that after the war, Sokka became united the two tribes, and they became one.
Well, no, they had already done that at the end of the first season. Not Grandpa, or whatever, or Gramp. The waterbender that was teaching
Katara.
Aang and Katara,
Very
he
Grand.
he went back down and married Gran and brought more people to the south to help rebuild the sister state.
Oh, there's also this thing that Grand got married in her 80s. Katara is married in her 80s. She's single. Zuko is single. There might be a wedding.
That would be funny.
That would be the greatest thing in the world.
That would be funny.
It would be even funnier if Korra's at the wedding, and that's what brings Aang back. Aang is furious at Zuko, and he like pops in.
That would be pretty funny. Well, did you ever read the comics that pick up after the series that
I
explain
read-
what happens to Zuko's mother?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, wait, what happens?
She's been alive the entire time. She lives.
Yeah.
She lives in the what is it? The
Earth Kingdom.
Earth Kingdom.
And Ozai's not Zuko's dad.
No, Ozai is Zuko's dad.
Guys, you guys are dropping so much on me right now.
No. Okay, see, originally she was in love with Originally, she was an actress in a troupe, and her father there was somebody important, and they were matched together. But she was in love with one of the actors.
Her father was Roku. Or granddaughter. Her grandfather was Roku, I think.
That's what it was. She's the granddaughter of Fire Lord Roku, or Avatar Roku. Wow. Anyways, hold on a minute. There's a picture I'm looking at right now. It says lots of health potions and supplies just laying around here. Game just auto saved. Something's about to go down. Anyways, okay, so yeah, so she was in love with an actor in an acting troupe, and she married Ozai. Was it Ozai? Yeah, Ozai. Huh?
Yeah, she married Ozai.
Yeah, and she kept in touch with him for a while until Ozai threatened to have him killed, and he disappeared. And then the whole thing with Lu Ten happened, and Iroh left after getting past the first wall of Ba Sing Se, and that's when the whole thing of Zuko, had to kill Zuko to learn the pain and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden he dies, and Ozai becomes Fire Lord.
Yeah.
And anyways, so after all of this happens, Zuko takes over. They get a lead on where his mother is, and they go look for her. And they come to find out that there's this adventure with this creature that created faces, and it goes through, and you kind of find out years before she left, found this creature, and it changed her face and her memory. So she had been living with the person she loves for the last some odd years, however long it's been, and she reverts her face. And what the heck is Zuko's sister name?
Azula.
Azula finds her also, and she's there. Azula is actually in this one, and at the end, Azula runs off into the woods, and you never hear about her again. But she's nuts at this point. Either way,
She's always nuts.
and then you find out what happens to her. She's been right on the outskirts of the Fire Nation the entire time.
Oh, did you see what there was one of the creators tweeted this and then quickly removed it, and all it said was maybe this season we'll get to hear Zuzu again, and then that was it. And then,
That would be interesting to find out what happens to Zuko.
well, no, I mean Azul. I took that as Azula's might be in the season.
I'm sorry, did I say Zuko or Azula?
Yeah, I was like, you know what happened?
Okay,
Oh, his daughter's going to be in the next episode.
she was in this episode.
She was in the one before, but she's actually going to get like a
Coronation.
second part. Yeah,
Oh, she's actually going to be in it. Be in it.
yeah, Fire Lord Azumi, and he might get
Yeah.
to know her mother.
We know who her mother was.
He in the interview he made it seem like it might not be May.
Oh.
It's May. She looks like May.
And in the Avatar world, you get one girlfriend and then that's who you marry. Sokka, I think, is the only one.
Yeah.
He had
fell
his
in love with
girlfriend
the
became the
moon.
moon, and then he went straight to Suki.
I love that part where he's like, I had to leave my girlfriend behind in the Fire Nation. Yeah, my first girlfriend turned into the moon. It's rough, buddy. It was great.
I think there was a moment where he was with Suki and it was like moonlight and like I think we're gonna kiss or anything. Like,
Say that again.
He went robot.
Basically, he was with Suki out on like a ledge or something, and it was nighttime, and then there was the moon that was like right there, and it was very prominent. And like I think they were gonna kiss or something, and he was like, "Nah, this is awkward."
Oh man, I don't know.
Did you read
Anyways,
the comic of when Zuko got his dragon?
No, I did not.
How did he get his dragon?
They went on an adventure and they found an egg. They found an egg. Aang was probably 19 when this happened.
Okay.
Katara, they were all in it except for Sokka. He was off doing something.
Yeah. My question is, how the hell did Aang die so early? You gotta think about it. Zuko was like 17, 18 years old, about 16 or 17. Okay. Katara and Sokka, they were about 14, 15 years old. Aang was 12. And I mean, Toph was like 10, 11, whatever. She was the youngest. But it's like, how the hell did Aang die first?
The explanation they gave was that because he was so old, he was 112 when the series began, that took a toll on his body.
And see, that makes sense. Okay. I'll buy that. All those years.
I was watching the old episodes. They put way too much trust in those kids. Like, those kids had a tremendous amount of responsibility and trust.
Well, what are you gonna do? He's the Avatar. It's his job to fix the world.
There's a point where the Avatar is 12 years old and somebody else needs to step up.
I know. But I'll tell you what, though, that when Nickelodeon did not interfere with it, they did right, because as soon as Nickelodeon started getting involved with, usually when Nickelodeon gets involved with their shows and doesn't let the creators do what they want to do, they usually start sucking.
Yeah.
And they did a smart thing and stepped back and said, "Okay, guys, do it." And they came probably with one of the most like massively awesome cartoons ever.
Yeah, and then M. Night Shyamalan completely ruined.
Oh,
He could have had
Oh my
he
god.
could have had the next Star Wars. That's
Yeah.
it. He could have had the next Star Wars, and he massively fucked it up so bad.
All right, this is what I want from Avatar. I want in 4 years, Nick sells the rights to Avatar and the Last Airbender, and Peter Jackson, he's done making the movie, and Peter Jackson picks it up, and they go to HBO, and we get a third series of a live-action Avatar.
What do you mean? Oh, third series. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would you want to follow Korra, or would you want to
No,
follow
we
the
would,
new
we
Avatar?
would start a new Avatar, Earth Nation Avatar.
Yeah, it would be an Earth, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Also, if Varric invents the gun, bending's useless. Bending is no longer useful.
No, it isn't.
Wait, but can someone
And
explain to me
worse,
what
why would you
exactly?
use bending when you could just shoot them? You can't.
Easy.
A bender's not going to be able to defend against a bullet.
Yeah, you will.
With what?
Okay, first of all, airbending, disrupt the bullet.
I don't think an airbender. a bullet shoots me. I don't think I can move fast enough to disrupt the bullet.
It depends. And then earthbenders, they just block it.
I don't.
Plus,
I
depends on if they're metal benders. Okay, you pull out that metal gun, guess what happens? Crush.
Yeah, all right. So metal benders can defend, but everything else, I think the bullet's moving too fast for them to do anything.
Firebenders could defend it too. Waterbenders could do it too.
I don't think they can move fast enough.
They don't
I
have
think
to.
a slow-moving bullet.
They wouldn't have to. They would just need to hit it once with water, and the damn gun is useless.
True.
I don't think so. I mean, they hit it once with water, but that's still, you have, say, 50 waterbenders, 50 guys with guns. It takes one bullet to take out a waterbender.
True, but also if they are near water, then it takes one tsunami to kill everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It takes one swift movement from one of those waterbenders, and you got all 550 of those guys laying on the ground, soaking wet.
Then they can turn into ice. And
Kelly, I have an idea. What do you think Varric is building with the Spirit Vine? I think I know what it is, but what do you think it is?
I have no clue. What do you think it is?
I think it's to make artificial bending.
You think so?
Yeah, the mech suits had the machine that Varric was building sticking out of the back, and then they were shooting fire blast. And
Really?
Earth Empire, so they probably don't have firebenders. So it's probably to make artificial bending.
People trying to do stuff like that.
It's if bending becomes something like that where it's not special, that's like in Star Wars, Force Unleashed 2 when they could clone a Jedi. And I'm like, well, Jedis aren't special.
They still are. Because even Starkiller took like what, thousands of clones to get right, and that one right one went rogue instantly.
Yeah. Bro,
So,
I guess if you made enough, I guess if you perfected it, but I don't know. I didn't like the idea of cloning a Jedi.
Well, they perfected it in later book stories, because there's a clone of Vader that he has to deal with. There's a clone of the Emperor that he has to deal with, and stuff like that. So
we should have clones. I 100% think that it's possible for us to have clones with point, and I want
See, the thing is that if we did have clones, then basically, if I were to make a clone of myself and said, all right, you do these things while I relax, then that clone would be like, you know what, I don't want to do it either. I'm gonna make a clone of my clone, and then and then all of a sudden there's like 50 of me's who are just not doing it.
There's a theory about the clones of clones. It's not as good as the original. Okay, so if you make old VHS tapes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you took a solid original copy from bought it there and recorded it, okay, quality looks damn great, okay, about the same as the original VHS. But you do it again, the quality degrades. Do it again, the quality degrades. And again and again and again from each copy of a copy of a copy, it degrades slowly but surely. So you would get less better clones. Less better clones. I speak it in English, I promise.
I have a topic. I watched a video on YouTube called "Humans Need Not Apply." I have a link for you if you want to.
Sure.
Basically,
and as far as cloning goes, there's a lot of problem with cloning in today's world, because people are all like, oh my God, it's against God, it's against nature, yada 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 yada. This is evil. This is, we shouldn't be in this, and it just causes a lot of hubbub. Cloning has its benefits, okay? Well, I'm not specifically talking about cloning a human being. God knows I don't want to deal with another one of me, and I doubt anybody in this house wants to deal with another one of me, because I know exactly who I am and how I am, and the last thing I want to do is compete with somebody as obnoxious as I am. Okay. But being able to clone internal organs is beautiful. My wife's a type 1 diabetic. Her lifespan is cut short. She will not live to see the age that she should see. Okay, because of diabetes. We could clone a pancreas and plant it, and it would not fail because it was her pancreas. It was cloned off of her.
Yeah.
And she would live a longer life.
True.
I mean, people who have lost.
Yes.
We can regeneration.
With there's a group of scientists in Sweden where
Hmm.
they can use stem cell, and they think that within the next 10 years they can stop cell death.
See, that's something that I don't think that we should.
You would live a very long time.
Yeah, I don't think we should be even going towards that. I think we should worry about looking at being able to clone internal organs and stuff like that. Like, if my heart gives out, I don't want to have to wait for somebody else to die for me to have a heart. I want them to be able to grow me a heart that's specific for my body, slap that bad boy in there, and I can go because my body's not going to reject it.
Yeah,
It's
with cell
taken
death, your heart will
it's
just
my
be
heart.
100% fine. It just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but also there's the thing of like I don't want to live forever. Like
yeah,
that's kind of a thing. Like if something's wrong with me, I want to get it. Like everything has its time, so I don't want to just cheat that anyway.
because as soon as we start living forever is the moment we get stagnant. We don't evolve. We don't change who we are. We don't change society. And then okay, so here we go. Here's supporting for this one. Okay, my generation is one of the last generations where black and white people. Okay, now I gotta figure out this. Okay, I guess it was a generation a little bit before. Nah, I'm gonna say mine. Somebody's probably gonna say otherwise, but
How old are
where I'm 30. Okay, my generation is the one of the first generations where that shit didn't matter. It started to become not important. I don't care what color you are. I don't care about your sexual orientation. I don't care about any of that stuff. And a lot of people in my generation feel that way. But if you go back one or two generations, it's a completely different story. Okay? It's also a different time. People were different back then. Okay, so but if we make these older people live longer, these morals will live on. Okay, so we have this 80-year-old racist guy who is telling everybody to hate other people because they're different, and he's around for another 50 years. He's going to keep passing that hate on. Now, with these people dying out, it gives us a chance to get our views out and change the world to a better way of thinking, in my opinion. Okay,
Also,
you guys see what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I think that's great.
when you said like
I see it mainly.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Dick.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Dick. One, and then he's
He's
in.
really
Okay,
far behind.
so the way I think of it
He's roboting.
is, the way I think about it is, oh my God.
Leave the call.
Okay, someone else go.
Okay, how'd you go? Uh, if you hypothetically like now we live to 150, and like you would have to work for so long that you would be working until you're like 130.
I know, right? I want my Social Security benefits.
130 years old, like you would have to relearn everything. Like,
Yeah.
everything would change a few times if you lived to 130.
I mean, what he's saying, I fully agree with. I'm 30 years old, and in the 3 decades I've been alive, I didn't know what LOL meant until about 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Think about that. 2011, I figured out what LOL means. There are still acronyms out there that I have no clue what they mean. I've had to learn completely different languages to speak to people in this new age.
Yeah, there's some acronyms that I don't know, and I'm just like,
What?
I'm googling stuff. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, somebody put SMH. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Shaking my head.
Yeah,
And it's stuff like that. It's like I've only been on this earth for 30 years, and I've had to already learn a completely different language and different things. Go ahead. Cool.
Okay, so hopefully does it sound better? Is it still
Yes, it sounds better.
okay? So when you were talking about like how if older people, the people who are like racist and teaching all this hate, if they were to live forever, that things wouldn't change. I think that like is like terrible because of the fact that like I was gonna say great, that was gonna be bad. But since we're gonna have like new people in office, new people leading the country, stuff like that, the mindset totally changes because I think that like the current generations now. They're more tolerant towards people of different races and different sexes and different orientations. So like that's gonna like gay marriage, that's gonna be like legalized and everyone's gonna be fine with that. Because nowadays people are more like, yeah, so what? He's gay, instead of being like, oh, God hates fags.com.
Yeah, but see, Cole, when we and you are in our 50s, it's going to be the people who are into bestiality are coming out, and they're like, we should be accepted, and we're going to be like, no, stop it, you're weird.
No,
and
no.
everybody who's 18, 15, 18, will be like, we accept it, it's okay, it's normal, it's perfectly fine.
No,
And we're just going to be like, I can't deal with it, what is happening?
Listen, I don't care about what ethnicity you are, but let's keep it in our own species, please.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
keep it with humans.
Yeah, keep it in the species, folks.
I don't know if a good-looking alien came.
And you're never allowed back on the show. No, I'm joking. Oh, did you say alien or something else?
Alien.
Oh, okay, we're good.
No, not like, get me a
I
good-looking
thought you said something else. I was like, what? No. We're not talking anymore. I'm sorry.
All right, so the video that I linked, it was basically through the whole video, it just said that no industry is safe from automation. Programmers, there's programs that can write programs for themselves. Music, there's a program that composes classical music, and people can't tell it a difference from a human. Starbucks, like retail, all retail could be automated. Driving, all truck delivery jobs. Like UPS, you have the Google self-driving car. Put that on a UPS truck with the Amazon drone to deliver it to your front door. You don't need people, and they can go 24/7. Like you could do actual next day shipping. Like you could do same day shipping.
Yep. But a lot of it comes down to do we want robots in control of our lives?
Do we want Terminator to happen? Is that what we want? Skynet? Do we want that?
If robots could do everything for people, people wouldn't have to work. Which people see as a bad thing. Oh, we're not going to work and I'm going to lose my job. But what if you would have to change everything? The economic system. We essentially have slaves, but we don't have to do anything. The robots can build, program, and do everything themselves, and they're just.
See, the issue is, as human beings, we need the stress. We need to do something. If we don't do anything, we go crazy.
You need a purpose.
Yeah, it's actually unhealthy for us to sit here and do nothing all day. It's like, Jordy. He's depressed because he doesn't do anything, and making videos is something, but then the response of the videos is what kills him.
Do you think? Oh, I was thinking about this for Jordy. What if he got an office? He rented a small office and he had to drive there 9 to 5.
He wouldn't do it. Good idea, but he wouldn't do it.
And,
help him get out more.
House,
Give him a view.
office building. He'll see other people moving around. He'll see other people. He could talk to people. Get out of his house.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much telling him to do. But
Because how much could an office be? Like he could get one for
But
like
also,
$900 a month.
yeah, but that's a lot of money, and he doesn't make that much.
that
Yeah.
that is a lot of money.
I was just assuming that his YouTube could support it.
Well,
No.
that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation we're gonna avoid. Anyways, so yeah.
He needs a Minecraft server. He could sell out completely.
No, he's not Woody. But yeah, and it's not specifically the old racist people. There are other people that are older that have different ways that are affecting humanity. I just choose racism as a way of pointing out what I was trying to say.
It's easier.
Yeah. So, but anyways, we're gonna call it an end here.
Okay, here we go. Time for the outro. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching Sub Sunday episode number 46. My name is Cole, Daquazy, Daquan, a lot of Exactly.
Don't
I've been here with Kelly. Thank you, Jordan. Kelly, why? Kelly, right in the middle of the. I was just trying to. Okay, all right, Jordan. Thank you for coming on, Kelly.
No problem.
You should thank me, and I should thank you for coming on because we're always here. And if you guys want to be a part of Sub Sunday next week, please send us a message because every time before we start, there's always a scramble to say who's gonna come here, who's gonna do this. So if you want to be on, you can sit right in one of these little squares at the bottom, and you can have a conversation. So Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys Sunday.
Jordan actually messaged me on Twitter today to get on. So all you got to do is just drop me a message somewhere,
Yep.
and I'll get back to you. All right.
I talked to nobody all week. This is the first time I've ever talked to somebody all week.
Oh, we're special ed. All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate it. Say goodbye, Jordan.
Goodbye.